Guys, are you kidding me right now? I am screaming. I am literally jumping out of my seat, pacing around the room because we finally have some incredible, earth-shattering news for the Dupree family. Let's rewind for a second because my brain is still spinning from all the chaos of the tornado, the liver transplants, and the secret elevator hookups. But amidst all of that darkness, we finally have a massive ray of light. Can we please talk about Anita Dupree? Our queen, our matriarch, the absolute backbone of this show. We have been following her terrifying journey with triple negative breast cancer for what feels like an eternity, and the anxiety has been eating me alive. If you have been watching as long as we have, you know how incredibly stressful this storyline has been. We have seen Anita go through the grueling chemotherapy, the exhaustion, the fear of leaving Vernon and her beautiful family behind. And remember earlier this week when the tornado hit and the hospital was in absolute shambles? Anita was actually trying to cancel her final consultation with Dr. Bauer. Yes. She wanted to put her own health on the back burner because she was so consumed with the chaos surrounding Kat and Eva's surgeries. She just wanted to feel normal for a few days and ignore her own reality. But let me tell you, I am officially declaring Vernon Dupree the husband of the year. Vernon stood his ground. He looked his wife in the eye and absolutely refused to let her delay this appointment. He told her she needed to close this chapter of her life so they could move forward. And oh my gosh, thank goodness he did. Because guess what, fam? The test results are in. Dr. Bauer has officially delivered the final update, confirming that there are absolutely no obstacles left in removing the tumor. And more importantly, Anita is completely cancer-free. I am crying real tears right now. Yes, should be that the triple negative breast cancer is gone. Can we just take a moment to celebrate this massive victory? Drop a comment below with a heart emoji for Anita because she deserves the world. Now, knowing Vernon, the man loves a grand gesture. He is probably ready to rent out the entire country club, well, whatever is left of it after the tornado, and throw the biggest, most lavish celebration Fairmont Crest has ever seen. But wait, let's be real for a second. Is this the right time for a massive party? Absolutely not. The timing is completely off, and here is why. The Dupree family is currently paralyzed by the medical crisis happening over at Garland Memorial. We cannot forget that Catherine Cat Richardson is literally fighting for her life in a hospital bed. She just underwent a massive liver transplant surgery to save Eva Thomas. And guys, the complications were terrifying. Kat's heart rate spiked. The doctors rushed in and she slipped into a coma where she had that absolutely insane alternate reality dream. You know, the one where Ted chose Leslie over Nicole and everyone in the family treated Kat like garbage? That dream was a masterpiece of psychological trauma, but it means Kat is still in the incredibly fragile stages of recovery. So as much as Vernon wants to pop the champagne and shout Anita's victory from the rooftops, it is just not going to happen right now. It would be entirely too difficult to gather the whole family together when their hearts are anchored to Kat's hospital room. I am fully convinced that Vernon and Anita are going to hold off on the grand celebration. They are going to wait until Kat is officially discharged from the hospital, healthy and safe, and then they are going to throw a dual celebration, Anita beating cancer and Kat surviving the surgery. Does anyone else agree with this theory? Let me know. But while the Duprees are experiencing this beautiful, triumphant high, we need to talk about the absolute train wreck happening on the other side of town. Talk about a tonal shift. Let's transition from the happy Duprees to the incredibly messy McBride family. Because while one family is healing, another is completely falling apart. I am talking about the sibling rivalry that is about to explode between Deanna and Donnell McBride. Guys, the tension here is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Let's look at the facts. Ever since the devastating tornado ripped through Fairmont Crest, this family has been completely fractured. Vanessa McBride was in a full-blown panic attack pacing the floors of Joey Armstrong's casino, terrified because she could not reach her children. The cell service was down, the roads were blocked, and Vanessa was losing her mind. And then the infamous phone call happened. Deanna finally gets a signal. She calls her mother, expecting a tearful, loving reunion. But what does she hear in the background? Joey Armstrong. Yes, the shady casino boss, the man with ties to the criminal underworld, talking about taking a shower. Are you kidding me? Deanna was absolutely furious. She completely misinterpreted Vanessa's relief and immediately assumed that her mother cared more about this dangerous mobster than her own flesh and blood. Deanna literally told Vanessa not to call her anymore and hung up the phone. I was screaming at my screen. Deanna, no. Your mother was terrified for you. But Deanna cannot live in this state of pure anger forever. The girl is spiraling. She is carrying so much emotional baggage, especially with the lingering mystery of her father, Doug McBride, and whatever cryptic mission he put her on. Deanna desperately needs someone to talk to. She needs a sounding board, a therapist, a guide to help her navigate this absolute mess of a relationship with her mother. Now, logically, who is the best person for Deanna to turn to? Nicole Dupree. Think about it. Nicole is a professional therapist. She is incredibly wise, and she has a very close, intimate understanding of Vanessa. Nicole could easily sit Deanna down and explain Vanessa's perspective. But, as we just discussed, Nicole is completely unavailable. Nicole is currently sitting vigil at the hospital, completely consumed with guilt over pushing Kat to donate her liver and sharing these weird, steamy, emotionally charged moments with Ted Richardson. Nicole does not have the mental or emotional bandwidth to deal with Deanna's mommy issues right now. She is off the board. Okay, so what about Kat? Kat would actually be the perfect friend for Deanna to vent to. Kat knows all about toxic mother-daughter dynamics. Kat has dealt with Nicole's expectations and the absolute nightmare that is Leslie Thomas. Kat and Deanna share so many similar personality traits. They are both fierce, stubborn, and deeply misunderstood. They could totally bond over this. But again, Kat is lying in a hospital bed recovering from a liver transplant. She is completely out of commission. Deanna is striking out left and right. So who is left? Who is the only person Deanna can turn to in her darkest hour? Her brother, Donnell McBride. And guys, this is where the drama is going to reach a boiling point because Donnell and Deanna are not on the same page at all. They are about to clash so hard, and I am here for every single second of it. Deanna is going to go to Donnell, expecting him to validate her anger. She is going to rant about how Vanessa has abandoned them, how Vanessa is choosing a criminal over her own children, and how disgusting it is that Vanessa is playing house with Joey Armstrong while their lives are upside down. But Donnell has a completely different perspective. Remember, Donnell has interacted with Joey. Donnell has brought demands to Joey before. Donnell might actually see the pragmatic side of things. Or maybe Donnell is just sick and tired of Deanna's constant judgment and whining. Can you imagine the explosion? Deanna's harsh, unforgiving judgment of Vanessa is going to push Donnell right over the edge. I can totally see Donnell snapping at her, telling her to grow up, and reminding her that Vanessa is a grown woman who deserves to be happy after everything they have been through with Doug. This sibling rivalry is going to be incredibly toxic. Donnell is going to be furious that Deanna is trying to dictate their mother's life. And Deanna is going to feel completely betrayed by her own brother. She is going to feel like Donnell is taking Vanessa and Joey's side. How is this going to end? And let's take a moment to think about Vanessa. Poor, terrified Vanessa. How on earth is she going to resolve this emotional mess? She is caught in an impossible situation. On one hand, she is deeply in love with Joey Armstrong. Joey literally saved Abby Newman Winters from a falling chandelier during the tornado. He played the hero. But on the other hand, Vanessa's children are rejecting her because of him. And let's not forget the massive looming threat of the impaler, who we now know is Joey's own sister, Heather Armstrong. Vanessa is begging Joey to stop taking risks, but he is in too deep. If Deanna forces Vanessa to choose between her children and Joey, what is Vanessa going to do? Will Donnell's anger at Deanna actually push him closer to Vanessa and Joey? Could Joey take Donnell under his wing, further alienating Deanna? The psychological layers to this family dynamic are absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out. What do you guys think? Will Vernon throw a surprise party for Anita in the hospital room, or will they wait for Kat to come home? And whose side are you on in the McBride sibling war, Deanna or Donnell? Let me know your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments down below. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an update on Beyond the Gates. Until next time, stay safe, stay dramatic, and I will see you all in the next video.